What a game by your Detroit Lions. Oh my goodness. We get a huge W, 42-17 win over the red-hot Denver Broncos and continue our path to making the playoffs, as it looks like almost guaranteed we're going to win the division now, as the Vikings lost to the Cincinnati Bengals today. What a huge win. This was our best game of the year, in my opinion. Our defense probably played the best game of the year, and our offense probably played one of the best as well. It was phenomenal. We did about everything right. Besides the first quarter and a couple drives, no complaints. Nothing at all. Jared Goff cooked. 275 passing yards. 5 touchdowns, tying a career high. Zero turnovers. Sam Laporta continuing to be one of the greatest rookie tight ends in NFL history. 50 yards, 3 touchdowns. St. Brown bounced back in a huge way. 7 receptions, 112 yards, and a touchdown. The touchdown he got was actually really cool as well. It was a flip touchdown. If he would have landed that flip, that would have been like one of the most highlight reel plays of the week probably. And it still might be. Jahmyr Gibbs, huge day. 11 carries, 100 yards on the dot. 9.1 yards per carry. A receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. And guess what? That rushing touchdown was a pitch. What do I tell you, man? Every time we pitch the ball to him, it's either going to be a score or 8 to 12 yards plus. It always works, man. He's also great when we just hand the ball off to him, but especially when we pitch him, man. He is phenomenal. Montgomery was good. 5 yards a carry, 80 yards. Josh Reynolds bounced back a little bit. Couple grabs, 40 yards. Jameson Williams probably had one of his best games of the year, even though he didn't have a touchdown. He had 4 receptions, 45 yards. One of those catches was highlight reel worth. It was a really tough grab he had to make. His legs were caught on the defender's his legs, and he somehow pulled it in. After he caught that ball, he was limping. No, we don't know how he's doing. I'm assuming he's all right because he looked to be all right, but we don't know. But he was phenomenal. Our offensive line, even though they allowed 2 sacks, it was phenomenal. They gave Jared Goff a lot of time. Goff should have stayed up one of the times when they allowed a sack. He just fell down. But, so really they only allowed 1 sack because it was kind of Goff's fault on one of them. But got 2 sacks on the day, so finally got a couple. I believe it was Melifonwue on a strip sack. Which allowed Isaiah Buggs to run down for like a 30-yard gain. It's funny how we had Benito Jones on a field goal block or an extra point block last week run for like 50 yards. And now we have another big guy and Isaiah Buggs just run for 30 yards. Benito actually looked pretty fast though. Buggs looked slow, man. He looked really, really slow. It's always hilarious though when those big guys start running. It's always hilarious to me. But Buggs, when he plays, he played again today, by the way. He was very good. He always needs to play, man. He is always solid when he plays. Broderick Martin actually played again this week. That was a little bit surprising one to me. I wasn't mad with it, though. He didn't really do anything once again, but, it's not like he allowed any bad stuff to happen. Not like he made a stupid penalty or anything, so good for him. Hutch was solid again. Made some couple nice tackles. Didn't get a sack, but that's all right. Bruce Irvin got elevated this week. Didn't have a sack either, but he got close to him at least. He tried to bring him down, just couldn't finish the sack. Cam Sutton had a nice game. Brian Branch bounced back in a huge manner today. He played really well. Ifeatu Melifonwue, by the way. Oh my goodness! I understand, like, dude. I think he's better than Walker at this point. I know I was ranting last week how Tracy Walker got benched for Melifonwue, but Melifonwue, bro, he was good when he played last week, and he was absolutely phenomenal when he played this week. In my opinion, Melifonwue this week was our best player on defense. He was all over the field. Yeah, he allowed a touchdown, but the touchdown catch that he allowed was an insane grab. It's not like he messed up on the coverage. He was doing the best he could possibly do. Just a phenomenal catch by the receiver, by the Broncos. So I'm not blaming that on him. Kirby Joseph had a nice game. All the way around, it was just phenomenal. Kendall Vildor is playing pretty well too, by the way. Jerry Jacobs was active today, and he did not do anything, so he might be starting to be like a Tracy Walker, where they're giving other people a shot, because that's what it was last week. They gave Melifonwue the shot over Walker at safety, even though Walker was playing. And they played Melifonwue 90-95% of the snaps on defense last week, and then they played, Vildor. Dorsey also had a very nice game. He stepped in the role for Jacobs for this game, and he played very solid, I thought. Dorsey is a tough-hitting guy, though. Like, if he hits you, it's going to be a big hit for the most part. He had 2 big hits today. But, yeah, all around was good. Anzalone and Campbell played well. Derek Barnes played well. Reese Maben played solid. All the way around, just a great performance. Riley Patterson wasn't active, by the way, this week. I believe they benched him this week. Badgley got elevated. Maybe for some reason Patterson was sick and they just decided to elevate Badgley, but I'm pretty sure they just decided to give Badgley the shot this week over Patterson. I believe that's because Patterson missed an extra point last week, even though I don't really think that was his fault because Jack McQuaid had a bad snap on that missed extra point. But Badgley, 4 for 4 on extra points, no field goals attempted, solid. I've always liked Badgley. I think Patterson's just a slight better than him because he's just a tiny bit more accurate in my opinion, and he's way younger. But I like Badgley. He can definitely finish the season for us if we want him to be like that. I just think next year, I think Patterson needs to be our kicker. But good day by Badgley. If I have to point out one bad thing today, I would say that would be Jack Fox. And it's not like he was bad today. He just wasn't himself today, it felt like. He had 3 or 4 punts today. I think every one was 45 yards or under. Usually, if he averages that many punts a game, he usually has like a 55, 60-yard punt in there. His highest, I think, was 40 or 45 today. So he was a little bit off. He tried to pin him deep a couple times, only got him down to like the 15-yard line, which isn't very good. So he was a little bit off, but that's nitpicking, man. I mean, that is nitpicking. The fact that Jack Fox, your punter, was the worst player on the team today, I mean, that's just crazy. And he wasn't even bad. I'm just saying he didn't feel like himself today. But absolutely phenomenal game. I'm tired, so if that's why I don't feel super excited about this game, I am tired, man. It's what? It's like 11 o'clock right now, so I'm tired. I'm going straight to bed after I upload this. But what a game by your Detroit Lions. And next week, if we win and we beat Minnesota, we will clinch a playoff berth, I believe, and clinch the division. Now, I'm just going to talk about this for about a minute. Is the number 1 seed still a possibility? I think it's a possibility, but I don't think we're going to be able to get it. San Francisco, the number 1 seed, plays the Cardinals this week. So it'd have to be a major upset. I mean major. If the Cardinals were to beat the 49ers, in my opinion, the Cardinals are a bottom 3 team in the league. So pray for the Cardinals, man, but I don't know. There's no way. I expect the 49ers to win around like 42-3 or something like that. But, and then the Packers and the Bears play tomorrow, I believe. And if the Bears have been eliminated from winning the division, I believe they've also they're close to being eliminated from the playoffs, but I don't think they have been yet. But they've been eliminated from winning the division, so that's 1 team down now from winning the division. Packers are close to getting out there as well. I think if they lose this week, then they're also eliminated. But, man, let's go. One pride, go Lions. Let's, play like this again next week. Great coaching, by the way, by Ben Johnson. He called a phenomenal game. To start off, he was a little bit shaky. He threw like 5 passing attempts before he did a running play, which is odd because that's usually running and then we do pass. So it was a little bit odd. So calling at the very beginning, like the first couple drives, was definitely questionable. But after that, he was cooking, man. He was cooking. I will give Aaron Glenn his props. He did pretty good today. If he plays like this for the rest of the season, I don't know. We should not fire him. But again, it's one game. See how he does next week against a really good offense. They have been struggling these past couple games, but they got J.J. Jettis, they got Jordan Addison, they got K.J. Osborne, who's solid. But it's really going to come down to the quarterback position, I believe. In my opinion, I think Joshua Dobbs is better than Nick Mullins, and they decided to start Nick Mullins this week. He didn't play bad, though. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, but see, it's the starter next week. I'm assuming it's going to be Mullins, but I don't know. But we've got to get the W next week, solidify the division, and solidify a playoff berth, and then try to get that number 1 seed. One pride, go Lions. Phenomenal game.